and this is episode 310. I'm here with the beautiful and talented Johanna, and I just want to say thank you for being a guest on my talk show.
Thank you for having me. This is exciting.
The whole point of my talk show is to show people that even with having a learning disability, I can still overcome controversy and reach my goals in life. At the same time, I'm able to turn myself into a perfect example for people out there dealing with any types of learning disabilities and disabilities. That you should never give up, and you should prove to them you can still mount to something. That label does not. Like I'm really rusty. The whole point of my talk show is to show people that even with having a learning disability, I can still overcome controversy and reach my goals in life. At the same time, I'm able to turn myself into an example for people out there dealing with any types of learning disabilities and disabilities. But you should never give up, never prove to people you can step out to something. Labels do not dictate who you are and who you're going to be, and you should prove to them you can step out to something. It's been a long day. I was sitting downstairs. I was falling asleep, but then I got an email from Comic-Con, and I'm doing a little plug for them. This summer, May 6th and 7th, and I a lot of things processing. This summer, May 6th and 7th, in Hudson Valley, New York, in Poughkeepsie, there's going to be a Comic-Con, and you should be, if you're an upcoming actress, you should be there. I'm in the processes of getting my, it's uncensored, freedom of speech, freedom of self-expression, getting my shit together.
Got you.
See, long story short, I'm offered a free table, but I didn't want a table because I really don't have anything to hand out or offer.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to do a Q&A. So, I am going to be there. Even if I'm going to be at a table or not, I will be at Hudson Valley Comic-Con. People can come up to me, get an autograph. You should definitely go. And if you want, I can put you in contact.
That sounds exciting.
With that being said, half hour, 45 minutes. And starting off, don't mind me, it's just one of those days where I'm constantly just trying to motivate myself and just, this is what I want to do until I die. I'm very passionate about it. And I don't know, like for an example, I couldn't pronounce your last name. Didn't do that to be an asshole. It's just, when I don't talk to someone on an everyday basis, it doesn't sink in. So it's like writing on a computer or riding a bike. If you do it over and over, it's going to sink in. If it's just in passing, it's going to go, like that. So it's not. So no,
But you know what? It's all good with me because you could call me just Joanna like Madonna. How about that?
and it makes it easier.
It's so good.
And again, no disrespect. Part of my learning disability is if it doesn't sink in right away, a lot of people lose their patience, and I tend to rub people the wrong way.
Well, you're not rubbing me the wrong way, so I'm good.
Yeah, I appreciate it. So, Joanna, starting off, what can you tell us about yourself? Life growing up, high school and college, sports, all that good stuff.
Oh my. Okay. Well, first and foremost, I'm an actress, producer, and also content creator of a web series that I've been working on and off throughout almost 4.5, 5 years, titled Whatever It Takes. I'm also a mother to two beautiful young girls. I'm a single mom. I've been recently divorced. And yeah, as far as, wow, going back to my childhood, I was born in Puerto Rico, Humacao, Puerto Rico. And I came to this country, I believe, I always get that time phase wrong, but around 8 or 9 years old, maybe a little younger, to the States with my mother. And I was raised in New Jersey, in North Jersey, until I became a young adult. And then I got married when I was 23 years old and traveled around a little bit with my ex-husband because of his job. He used to be a journalist. But somehow I always stayed within, what I love, my passion, which was acting since I was 15, 15, 16 years old. And actually, when I was 15 and 16 years old, I ended up booking my first feature film with the well-known and very famous and talented Morgan Freeman. He played Joe Clark in the movie Lean on Me. So I ended up getting a principal role at the raw age of 15 years old. And I was actually a student of Eastside High School, where the real Joe Clark, the principal that Morgan Freeman was portraying in the movie Lean on Me, he was the principal. He was my principal at that time. So Eastside High School in Paterson, New Jersey is my alma mater. And I'm very proud to say that because I am a ghost. Whew, go Eastside. If there's any ghosts out there watching. Yeah, so that's where I actually got bitten with the acting bug. Um, I always wanted to do more like dancing. I was in a dance troupe for about 3 or 4 years before all that. And then I ended up going to an audition for the movie Lean on Me with a friend of mine that was actually the serious actress. And she wanted to be, an actress. She was extremely, extremely talented, still is. My very long-term friend, one of my best friends, Linda Salgado. And I went to accompany her to this audition for this movie that they were doing based on Joe Clark's life at my high school. And she ended up getting also a small part, and I ended up getting a principal role in the film. So that's where actually my acting career started at a very young age. And then I did some theater after that. I trained at the Puerto Rican Traveling Theater in New York for a while on vocal voice and theater technique, audition technique and all that. And that was absolutely wonderful. And then I traveled a little bit with my mother. We moved to Florida. And then I ended up getting married at 23 and putting my career on hold for a while, almost 14, 15 years to raise my girls. And like I said earlier, my ex-husband was a journalist at the time, a news reporter, TV reporter, journalist. So we traveled a lot. That kind of field consists of you traveling from one market to the other, which was great. But I put my career on hold. I did a lot of local theater wherever we were, more of a part-time thing, just to kind of keep my acting muscles going. And recently, I would say going now back 6, 7 years, little by little, as my girls got older, I discovered, that this was something I truly was passionate about and I missed it. And I wanted to really just jump back into it full time, and then started creating my own opportunities with co-writing my own web series, which again, the title is Whatever It Takes. And here we are, here I am almost 5 years later. Now I could say I'm a full-time actress, working actress. I still take my acting classes. I have a wonderful acting coach. I still work on my technique. I also teach on-camera audition technique, and I do consultation. And as a producer, now I'm running. This year was my year to run my own production company, which is called Joyas Media, Joyas Media. And a little explanation of the name, because it's in Spanish. Joyas means gems or jewelry. And it's also the acronym of my name and my daughter's name. So J-O for Joanna, which is me. Y-A, which is for my oldest daughter, Yasmin. And S for my youngest, Serena. And my daughters are my gems. So I decided to call my production company Joyas Media.
That's nice. And if you're ever interested, I would love to be interviewed by you.
Oh, interviewed. I've never done interviews. So maybe you could teach me a thing or two. I could teach audition technique and stuff like that and consult you. But yeah, I mean, if you don't mind teaching me how to interview, then why not? I'll try it.
Yeah, no problem. And then if you're interested, maybe I can come down to your studio and I can talk to the cast or talk to the people.
You definitely, you know what? I would love to have you come and talk to my students. I'm now putting together a group class. I have a location in Philadelphia because where I live, I'm right smack in the middle, which is great, of Philadelphia and New York. So I have a great space in Philadelphia, and I start my classes again next week. And I'm now trying to put together a group class. So once I put together my group class, I would love to have you as a guest speaker. And then I also have a space in New York, and then I'm working on putting that together with my students and creating another group class for that. So yeah, we'll definitely meet and we'll definitely see each other again. I would love to have you.
Oh, absolutely. I do have a couple questions for you off the air. Don't mind me, my cats. Here, come here. Anything can happen to life. Don't say no to me. This is our special guest. Come on.
Oh,
Ms. Jillian. See?
Miss Jillian.
And her
she's
favorite.
shy.
Well, it says her favorite thing is she likes to play parrot.
I see. Okay.
Like I said, anything can happen to life.
She's a beauty. She's cute. She's a cutie pie.
Big pain in the ass, though.
Well, you know what? You have your cat there. I have two little dogs, and one of them, he's my little security guard, so he's with my daughter in her room. And then this one's my baby. I don't know if I could show him. Can you see him?
Oh, he's cute.
This is Chewy. Say hi, baby. He's taking his nap, so he doesn't want to be bothered. So he's sitting right next to me. Yeah, he's like, put me down. Oh, because I'm actually chilling on my bed. This is what I love about these kinds of interviews, that I could just do them straight from my bed, which is kind of like my / office.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, I do have a couple questions for you off the air. And build a partnership, you're building a new friendship. But we're going to take a quick commercial break real fast.
Okay, cool.
And when we come back, I'm going to ask you some hard-hitting questions.
Looking forward to it.
A message for yourself or as a gift for someone else. For personal connections, shout-outs, birthdays, proposals, weddings, and much more. Enter your details about yourself so the celebrity can record a personal video message especially for you, including details such as your name, age, birthday, hobbies, or whatever else you include. As soon as the video has been recorded, you'll get an email with your link so you can share it on social media or download and keep it. Celebrities record videos as and when they can, usually within 2 weeks. But if you want a video for a specific date and it does not look like it will arrive in time, you can cancel it and get an instant refund at the click of a button. There are hundreds of celebrities to choose from and many more joining every day. Search by category or genre, buy a gift voucher, get updates and offers, and encourage your favorite celebrities to join so they can connect with fans in a fun and unique way. Raise money for their charities and much more. So order your video now for yourself or for someone else.
I'm so bored.
Want to see something really cool? Yeah! Now you'll never be bored again with Loot Crate, a totally bodacious mystery box packed with awesome toys, radical games, and other surprises. And the best part is, you can get Loot Crate delivered right to your door. So don't delay. Ask your parents and order today.
Everything okay in there? Yeah, everything great. I love Loot Crate.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to episode 310. I'm your host, Keith Andrew. Along here is Johanna. And where we left off is one easy question before we get to the hard-hitting ones. Did he ever get the chance to do one of those human pyramids, or he not into the whole human pyramid stuff?
A human pyramid? No. I've never done that.
Would you be interested in doing one?
No, I don't think so. I'm afraid of heights. I can't. I'm afraid of heights. I can't do that.
I love that stuff. I'm a loser.
No. Listen, if that's what you're into, that's great. I know that I will probably be extremely terrified. But go for it.
Hey, never say never.
True.
Now, the hard-hitting questions I'm going to ask you is, who influenced you to start your career, and were you ever any extras in films?
Okay, so who influenced me on my career? I have to say my one of my biggest idols is Rita Moreno. And obviously she was very well known and won awards for West Side Story, the original film. So watching her in West Side Story, and then, in other films that she's worked on and TV shows, I always admire her for being, she's a Boricua, which Boricua means a Puerto Rican.
Right.
And being a Puerto Rican woman myself and aspiring actress, I was always influenced by her strength and the fact that she was always, her presence and essence was always on camera as far as her culture. She never from what I've seen her, she's never dismissed her, where she comes from, and having that pride as a strong and very intellectual and talented actress. So definitely, I was definitely influenced a lot by Rita Moreno. And as far as working as an extra, yeah, I actually did. I think I was 19 years old. I did some extra work. I worked on some Spike Lee films, and back in the day, I did some extra work on his films. And Martin Scorsese films, or Carlito's Way, actually. I was an extra on that. You see me running across the street, the first Carlito's Way. So yeah, I did. I definitely did extra work. I paid my dues, man. I did it.
Yeah, same here. I'm paying my dues too.
But that's how you start, and then you look back and you're like, oh, okay. I did that, and it feels good because you earned your way up.
I do want to ask you one hard-hitting question, because I always ask people of different races this. I guess trying to find a word for it. Don't mind me, I just have minutes. It's basically about stereotyping.
Okay.
And so I don't know why that was so hard to get out. So basically, you mentioned about you were Puerto Rican. And, like I said, I interview everyone. I interview white people, black people, Spanish, Asian, doesn't really matter. Now, for people in the entertainment, but it's really annoying me. I don't know why my nose is itchy. For people who want to know, what is the difference between being a Spanish actor and a Puerto Rican actor? And does that dictate on the roles, or is that just stereotyping?
Okay, so really let's go back to what you said as far as identifying myself as a Spanish or a Puerto Rican actress. That as far as that label, as far as, I guess it is a label, as far as my culture and my ethnicity, that the Spanish, I'm Spanish. Yeah. That definitely comes from our government. As far as trying to label us, as far as, what box to check off. That being Puerto Rican will fall under being Spanish when it comes to being labeled, when it comes to our government. Because when it comes to, I could say I am Puerto Rican. I'm 100% Puerto Rican. I'm Puerto Rican. Whether I was half, 50, whatever, I'm Puerto Rican. Because I was born and raised in Puerto Rico to a certain age, and then I came to this country. So my culture is of Puerto Rican descent. Okay? But then I fall under the umbrella, again, when our government wants to label us as being a Spanish actress, which means I speak Spanish.
Yes.
Okay, so I hope that I could answer that question with that. My culture is from Puerto Rican descent, and we speak Spanish. Okay, and what was the next question?
Does that dictate what type of roles that you're offered?
All the time. Oh my gosh, yeah. I try to go for everything. I try to go for everything that I see. I self-submit myself as well, and I think every actor should. Until you get to a certain level that you are now working as, on a TV show and you have a recurring part, and that's a little different, which is where I'm trying to get to right now. But I think until you get to that level, you constantly should self-submit yourself online. There's different websites, like Actors Access, which is the one that I use the most, to submit yourself for different types of roles. When I go on there every day, which it's my habit, I go on there and I see what's out here that I could submit myself for, that I fit the type. Definitely, I'm going to look for Latina or Spanish actress, but I don't like to put myself in a box. I don't, and I suggest people not to do that. As an artist, I don't think we should. If it says Spanish actress, that's great. If it says Latina, that's great. But you know what? If it says an African American, I'm still going to go for it. If it says a white actress, I'm still going to submit myself. Because at the end of the day, you never know. You never know if that casting director is going to call you in and say, you know what? Let's give her a chance. She has the credibility. She has She has the credits. She has the experience. Let's give her a chance. And there's been stories from celebrities that I've heard, and it's happened to me twice already, that I've submitted myself for roles that call only for a Caucasian actress or an African American actress, and I submit myself. They take a chance on me, which is great on them. They call me in, and guess what? I've booked the part. So don't limit yourself. You know, think outside of the box.
I didn't mean to interrupt. I apologize.
No, it's fine. I just, I don't limit yourself. Think outside of the box. There are specifics, yes, and we need to, as actors, when we submit ourselves, we need to read the directions and pay attention to the directions of submitting ourselves, of course. I'm not saying not to, but a lot of times it's like, I'm still going to submit. Why not take that chance to say, you know what, if this is a character that I know that I could try to play or portray and it's very close to something that I'm comfortable with and I have the experience, go ahead and submit yourself and take that chance. Jump.
No, absolutely. And you're a perfect example of that, and so am I. That people labeled me as mentally challenged, mentally disturbed, handicapped, retarded. But look, even though that's what I'm labeled, but look at what I'm able to accomplish.
I hate labels. I hate them. I don't, I don't like them. And that's why I keep telling you, like, when you asked the question about Spanish versus Puerto Rican, yeah, I'm from Puerto Rican descent. My ancestors were, my upbringing comes from there, and I was born and raised in Puerto Rico until a certain age. We speak Spanish, like Cuba, Cubans speak Spanish, Dominicans speak Spanish, from the Caribbean, Latin Caribbean. But I don't like to just label myself as I'm just a Puerto Rican actress.
Right.
No. There's other roles and cultures that I know that I could portray. And if I am not familiar with them, by training and working on and doing research and training myself to successfully, portray these different types of roles as far as characters, as far as different cultures, why not try? So I definitely don't agree with labels. I'm more of a, think outside of the box kind of person.
No, absolutely. I know you said you only had a half hour, but would you like to spend an extra 5 minutes?
Sure, I'll give you an extra 5 minutes. Why not? Let's go for it.
No, I appreciate it. Now, I don't know if you saw the video with Sandra Mackay. She's a great actress. But she was saying how people are always labeled, how Latina actors are always portrayed as maids and servants. Do you think Hollywood is going to break that trend and we're going to have a big action star that happens to be Latina? Or do you think the problem is that there's too many labels and people like labeling things?
Well, there are labels, and there are a lot of labels, and there are people that do like to label things. As far as a big, what did you mean? A big Latina action star or just a star?
Oh, both.
Okay. Well, we do have amazing Latina actresses that are stars, that are A-listers and very well-known celebrities out here. Gina Rodriguez, she's beautiful and young, intelligent, extremely talented, from Jane the Virgin. We have Eva Longoria, which is someone I completely admire and love her work.
Jessica Alba.
Yes, Jessica Alba. America Ferrera, who I actually would love to have her in my web series portraying the role that I portray as Rosalie in the episodes that we've already shot. I've always said this, and I will continue to say that America Ferrera is my Rosalie Rojo, who is the protagonist in my web series, Whatever It Takes. So we do have amazing, talented, intelligent, beautiful Latina actresses out here. Rosie Perez, Jennifer Lopez. These are women that are groundbreakers. They're business women. They have their own production companies. They're producing different projects right now. I mean, Shades of Blue, Jennifer Lopez, she's on TV. So And Eva Longoria has her own production company as well. So these are women that are groundbreakers, and they're also doing their own thing in showbiz and in Hollywood. And they're doing it. They're slamming doors, wide open, not only for themselves and their careers, but they're also bringing others along in the Latino community, writers, directors, producers, or just people of color, people in general that in other situations or cases might not been given an opportunity, to work in big projects, whether it's a television project or a film. So we have plenty of strong and I would say a good amount of wonderful Latina celebrities and stars out here doing their own thing. Now, do we need more? Yes. Do we need to continue to write our own stories? Yes, with a capital Y. Sí. I'm going to go and say it in Spanish. Sí, sí, sí. I feel we have to continue to write our own stories. We have to continue to tell our own stories. We're storytellers, and there are so many beautiful stories to tell, about our lives, our experiences, that for us just to sit, for me as an actress, just to sit and wait. And I will always say this in any interview that I do, I will not sit and wait for anybody to give me an opportunity. The opportunities are out there, and I'm going to continue to look for them. And when I see them, I'm going to grab them, and I'm going to give it my all to take them and continue to see if I get a break. But I will not sit and wait for them. I'm going to create my own opportunities for myself. And hopefully I'm able to bring others through that door that was open for me, Yeah. I just don't think that, not just for film and television. I mean, I have to say also as directors and as writers and as producers for Latinos and Latinas or people of color in general, we have to continue to make our own opportunities, whether it's writing our own scripts, our own screenplays, or film and television, or writing our own books and sharing our stories about our lives, our ancestors, things that happen in our countries, history that I know a lot of history in the Latino America and Latin Caribbean have not been told. And we don't find these stories in books in the American school district, so continue to write our stories so that they could be told and they could be shared with our own history. So it's not just in Hollywood. I think in general, we have to just make our own opportunities. And just continue to write and share.
No, absolutely. Now, wrapping up, what's there, first question I'm going to ask you is, was there anything you want to promote? And how can we follow you on social media? Are you on LinkedIn, Twitter, Stage 32? What is your secret?
I never even heard of Stage 32. Okay, well, yeah. Let's start with social media because I'm actually now trying to get the whole hang of this social media thing because I do everything on my own. I'm probably going to be hiring a publicist soon because it's a lot. But let's see. Twitter, I am just J Tolentino. That's my Twitter. Then on Instagram, I am Skype, I'm JOYASYS1. On Facebook, I'm under Johanna Tolentino. And then there's two pages, my actress producer page, and then my personal page. And then I also on Facebook have a Whatever It Takes page. So you can follow me on that as well. I also have on Twitter, on Instagram, I have a Whatever It Takes also page. And then I'm also on Instagram under Johanna Tolentino as well. So I know I'm on LinkedIn. I believe I'm under Johanna Tolentino as well, if not JOYASYS. So yeah, I can't keep up. I'm trying to handle and maneuver all the social media pages, but I'm trying to do my best here, guys. I'm trying to do my best. I don't have Snapchat or anything like that. That's for my girls. They handle that. But and then what was the next question?
Oh, what was your secret was there anything you wanted to promote? This is your time. But also, what are your secrets, right? What websites would you recommend to breaking down the door to get a notice?
Okay. let's see, anything that I want to promote right now. There is a movie coming out, I believe, this year called Patty Cakes, and I'm in that. I don't know exactly when it comes out. Just look out for it. It's called Patty Cakes. It's a feature film. It's really beautifully written. And it's a great film. It's a dramedy, so it has comedy and drama in it. Let's see what else. My web series, Whatever It Takes, I am actually now in the process of putting together a wonderful writing team to put it nice in a beautiful package to start pitching it again. We pitched it last year, and we got our first network pass for a major network. This year, it's about putting it together and retweaking the script, the new pilot script that I have, and getting it in the room again, which means getting those meetings for networks to pitch it. So that is where I am with my series, Whatever It Takes. So we'll see where this takes us. If not, towards the middle of this year, towards the end of this year, I'll definitely be shooting the new pilot, packaging that, and then pitching the pilot to networks. So that's where I am with my web series, Whatever It Takes. And I'm having a lot of fun with that, interviewing writers and, just putting together a really strong and amazing team. A couple of really great directors and producers are going to be involved in this, and putting a very, really, really, really strong cast together of just friends that are wonderful actors to well-known actors as well in the industry. So that's where I'm working right now as a producer on that. And then as far as getting yourself out here, and if you're starting out as an actor, what I could recommend, or what I recommend to my students, is you have to get on these websites. And the one that's mostly used, that's very well known and reputable, is Actors Access. Go on Actors Access, and you put together a profile. You set up you put your headshot on there. You submit your resume, and then you submit. You go on there every day, and they're gonna have auditions on there, whether you're union or non-union, and then you submit your headshot and resume to these auditions. And that's a nice way to start getting yourself out there in front of casting directors. So hopefully they'll start calling you in for these auditions, whether it's film, independent films, feature films. I highly recommend. The one I highly recommend the most is Actors Access.
No, absolutely.
Right.
Now, wrapping up, I took this from Bill O'Reilly, so all rights go to the factor. But going on the record, usually I do that before, but going on the record, when I first approached you to be a guest on my talk show, what was your honest opinion? And after being a guest on, what do you say? How do you feel?
You know what? I was actually excited. You were so sweet and so approachable, and you were very, very persistent, which I absolutely love, and I admire that about you. And don't ever lose that, because with my schedule and everything that I'm doing, you hit the first time I think that you hit me up. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get back to you after the holidays, and then I forgot. Nothing against you. I just forgot because of my schedule. But you were so persistent. And that's a beautiful thing to have, Keith. That's a wonderful thing to have. You need to be persistent. You have to be driven. You have to keep knocking on people's doors. You have to remind them who you are in order to get that door open, in order to get the interview. And you got me on your show because you didn't give up. So kudos to you. And I admire that about you. And don't ever lose that. So, and now that I'm on your show, this was amazing. This was fun. You're a very pleasant host. And I know that we talked about this off air, and I will say it on air. You were saying that you're now trying to build an audience, right? You're trying to build more followers. And let me tell you, you're going to get them. You're going to get them. And I'm happy to say, like I told you before, I'm happy to say that I started on your show. When you blow up, which you will, you're going to blow up. You're going to have you are. You're going to have, you have to claim it, honey. You have to claim it. You have to say, I'm going to blow up. I'm going to blow up, and I'm going to have thousands, millions of followers. And when that happens, because I know it's going to happen, I'm going to be like, I was on his show when he first started. So there. Okay? So I'm very proud of you, and thank you for having me. This was a lot of fun.
No, absolutely. And I'm looking forward to part 2. Stay tuned. I do have a couple questions for you off the air. But wrapping up, it was a real honor and privilege to have you as a guest, and I'm looking forward to building a friendship with you as well.
I feel the same way. Thank you so much, Keith. Thank you.